I'm Tatum Preston, the librarian here at the Birmingham Museum of Art. Welcome to October's edition of Between the Lines, our monthly book read program. I'd like to introduce my friend Victoria Ebrahimi, who recommended October's book selection, Bluebeard by Kurt Vonnegut. Thank you for being with us today, Victoria.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me why you chose this book?
Yes, Bluebeard is a book that's very different than most of Kurt Vonnegut's books. It doesn't quite deal with a lot of the same themes, but one thing that is unique to the book is that it has a very strong artistic theme. I thought it would be very good for your book club.
And what do you think are the real themes of the book that people might enjoy delving into?
Well, one thing that seems to go throughout the book is the obsession the main character, Robert Karabekin, has with art. He is raised as a child to be a very good, exact artist, to the point where he paints better than a photograph. But in his heart, he's always wanted to do abstract art. So he winds up being close friends with a lot of the actual real-life abstract painters. Jackson Pollock is one that comes throughout the book. And his life goal is to be an artist like that. But through a lot of trials and tribulations and realizing his own artistic ability, he never quite has that. It's never reached. So instead he becomes a collector of abstract art. So one thing that I thought was very striking was that while he could never fully accomplish the art that he so loved, he wound up being one of the world's greatest collectors of that art. So he was surrounded by the things he just never could create.
You mentioned that this book is different than all of Vonnegut's other books. Can you talk to me a little bit about how it's different?
Yes, this book is different in a lot of ways than other Kurt Vonnegut books. You'll notice in most of his books there's a theme of science fiction. Also there is his beloved writer Kilgore Trout, which normally shows up in his books. The only thing that this book has that's similar to other Kurt Vonnegut books is talking about World War II and his time spent in Dresden. While Mr. Karabekin is a fictional character that does pull very much into it, just as it does in most of Kurt Vonnegut's books, the theme about the Dresden War. Other than that, though, you're going to find a book that has really nothing to do with its normal themes. There's no science fiction, none of the same characters really pop up, though I do believe that Karabekin was in one of his other books, maybe Slaughterhouse-Five for a paragraph. I mean, he's a very distinct character from all of his other writings, and I think you can really see that too with all the different use of art and these artistic feelings that are throughout the book, and the way that he looks at life a little differently in this book than you'd find in another Vonnegut book. Now, Tatum, you've read the book, so what did you think about it?
I really liked the book, and I think that one of the major themes of the book is about how a person is remembered. And I think that the protagonist starts out as this sort of old, curmudgeon-y man, and by the end of the book, he's had a real transformation, and I think will really be remembered in a different way than he might have been if his character hadn't really grown through the novel. Well, Victoria, thank you so much for being my guest this month on the October issue of Between the Lines. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember that the book is available for sale in our museum store, and proceeds from the store benefit education programs here at the museum. I'll see you next month for the museum's Between the Lines.